Nigeria's economic activity has remained low even days after the presidential election as Naira crunch persists. Well, Ibran TV takes a look at implications as Nigerians reject old Naira note amid scarcity even after Supreme Court ruling. So let's get talking now. So the new Naira note is it's an issue. It's not even out there. I don't know if Krufika is there, if you're there now. So the new Naira note is supposed to be out there, but it's not there. I mean, you follow up the back and forth between the Supreme Court and the CBN as well. And of course, the governors that went to court. But that is not even the concern. The concern is that now that we have Supreme Court ruling in place, that the old Naira note should be accepted as legal tender, but Nigerians are rejecting it. So what do you think is the implication of this? Okay, I think we'll just have to... Let me come to you in the studio here, Ambrose. So yeah. Talk to us about it.
Actually, the Supreme Court is the highest court in the land, and they ruled that these two currencies should go pari passu in the economy.
Right.
And also, don't forget that, with an environment where about 2.5 trillion is pulled out of the systems, really, from the to the bank offer, from the bank, and not what they call it, outside the bank to the bank offer. It's not going to take so a day, pull out to push out again to the public. It will take a gradual process, and that what you guys say. As we are seeing this cash crunch, it's going to affect the economy until this money starts circulating back again to the system. Especially for those that are into small business, as Alaji have mentioned, those buying mineral, those buying paying for fertilizer, all those stuff. We need this cash come gradually. But I believe that one of the banks, as at Tuesday, I noticed that in Access Bank around they are paying both old and new cash at the same time. And also I saw a circulation from CBN, one Issa,
like a secular, right?
Yeah, secular from the spokesman for CBN. That's okay that they were kind of adhere to Supreme Court order that they run Paris, but why people are still complaining that it's not? For me, I've not I need to find out. So CBN also has to come out, or the government to come out, fully and let the public know what is happening. But I don't expect that it easily push this money out to the system. It will take little time gradually, but because the more it takes long time, the more it's going to affect the economy, because the economy already, as we speak now, is bleeding. We're seeing that the market economy has slowed down. That's why people are forecasting that the inflation for the month of February likely to go down, which is obvious to everyone, because see price of goods coming down, not because that there was too much, because there's no liquidity in the system. People want to sell, to hold money to lose. That's why the price crash. For that, we expect that also to reflect on the inflation. But for me, I think CBN should come out fully and let us know where we are going, because if only few banks were seeing disposing this old Naira and the new Naira, but we need more banks to do that, because as you just said, when you said that, people, I'm surprised, because I remember on Tuesday when I saw people collecting from
when it comes to secular, we should be getting that secular perhaps from Usita Nwani Subi, who is spokesperson to CBN, but it looks like the secular that you're talking about, although I have not seen it though, but I hope that perhaps maybe Nigerians want to see the CBN come out, address, do maybe a press conference. Address the press. I say, look, all commercial banks should go and start reissuing this old Naira. But let me quickly go to Mr. Krufi. Yeah, talk to us. The implications of this, the fact that yes, the Supreme Court has ruled that let this remain as legal tender, but the issue is that Nigerians are rejecting this old Naira note. Hello, Mr. Kofi. Can you hear me? Well, if you can hear me, I need you to respond to this. What's your thought? The fact that, yes, it's supposed, the Supreme Court has given 10 months 10 months. Yes, it's 10 months so that this new old Naira note will be accepted as a legal tender alongside with the new Naira note. So I need to get your thoughts on the implications, the fact that Nigerians are refusing to spend or accept this, motorists, filling stations, and all that.
Yes, as the Supreme Court have given their verdict. But the truth of the matter that implementation needs the civilian cooperation. As long as nobody has the power to issue a currency except CBN, and the old currency has been already collected in the hand of CBN, unless CBN wish to release that one, implementation of the law will be very little, or it is impossible. And the individual are rejecting the old currency, not because they don't believe in the Supreme Court, but the truth of the matter. Currency are means of exchange. Ultimately, they will end up in the bank. And if the bank doesn't accept it, what do you do? So that is why people find it very difficult to accept this. And by the way, the president made a statement which ought not have made. The CBN governor, all he needs to do is just issue a circular. Because financial instrument and financial institutions are regulated institutions. So all they need is a simple circular. Look at it. CBN give a circular that you can collect all notes. And if you go to any bank now with your all note, they will collect it. But there is no circular that give bank to release it. Therefore, if any bank dare release the all note, it can be sanctioned by the CBN, despite the Supreme Court judgment. So what we need to do is for the CBN to see wisdom and to allow the old currency to be released by the bank. Once they started doing this, the queue in the bank will go and the economy will be relieved. And I don't think CBN will do that because, one, they don't want the money to be used for the election. And the election has been extended for 1 week. So we have to bear this cost up to the next week. Thereafter, we are hoping that at least having achieved their objective, they will release the old currency. And if they do that, the economy will bounce back. But if they refuse to do, so we all have to wait for the new government, because I know for certain any government that take in charge will do the needful. But it's better for this government to comply and obey the Supreme Court judgment before it's too late.
Okay. Ambrose, let me come to you quickly. Okay. Mr. Garba said something about the fact that we should not expect this whole Naira note to be out there. And even at all, I mean, it's not going to happen between an election because they are preventing it from being used for election. So, but do you think it will get better after the election?
Like you just said, I expect even gradually, I think by now they should gradually start a little more because in an environment where you pull back 2.5 trillion to do it overnight is not an easy process. To do just gradually to know. But now, if the measured idea is for me, monetary policy should not go into even fighting security with But if that is in terms of the to fight election, vote by another stuff, if that is the reason, yes, like you just said, they'll have a few days to know for the final election to come. This election season will come and go. They will not see whether the economy will gradually start rebounding, and that's what we expect. Because if the economy remains in this mode, I will tell you, it won't be good for us, and it will not do for Nigeria.
One more question for you. Let me get back to you, Mr. Kofi. So what's the implication? You said that it would be too bad if the CBN, disobeys a Supreme Court ruling. So what does that portend? What message is this sending to business community, investors, and what's the implication of that on the economy? That
he bite the hand that saved him. You remember the SSS sent a circular that they want to catch the governor of CBN. He rushed to court. It's the court that give the body they should not. So now, the one that you rush for protection, tomorrow, when for disobedience of the court and the enforcement decided to take him, who will save him? Nobody. So the truth of the matter that he must do the needful before it's too late.